What's up again, wrestling fans? We are back. JaySin and the Horror King discuss TNA Impact. Available most everywhere and kicking ass most everywhere. Brought to you by WrestleVoice.com. Also kicking ass. Got a lot of TNA news today. First off, the big one. Gail Kim fired. Now we have some really cool stuff about this. I mean, not cool. Well, kind of cool. I'm happy. I don't want her there anymore. You can all look at the Knockouts division currently and figure out that it sucks. Um, okay, we got a bunch of stuff to get to. Let's say hi to Gary, everyone. What's up, Gary? How's it going up there? Getting murdered by ice, I heard.
Yeah, we had an ice storm over the weekend. Got nailed pretty good, but yeah, luckily it rain moved in and melted a lot of it. So we're doing pretty good up here. Other than that,
Is it fair to say you've been shogunned this week?
this winter we've been pretty much shogunned. I don't know
Sorry,
what the
that's a
hell it
new.
is about it.
Sorry, that's a new term I'm using, everyone, for people who get
Yeah,
totally effed. Now, I'll get back to Gail in a second, but Shogun tweeted this week 5-year ready, someone wrote to him 5-year contract, and they didn't even try to put you on TV. This is fucking wild, man. 5 years he was on television. He wrote back, seen the signs the night I was signed 5 years ago. I asked Scott and Jimmy Jacobs what's next, and they proceeded to stare down at their phones in bewilderment. What a fuck you. This
there's
guy
no,
shows initiative. You know what I mean? He didn't just
yeah,
sit back waiting for a fucking check. He said to them, what are we gonna do now? And oh, sorry, I thought it was a funny line. Does this make sense though? They stared down at their phones in bewilderment. I wrote, I've heard Giselle called a lot of things. Bewilderment is not one of them. Get it? They were in Giselle as they were. All right, whatever.
yeah. Well, my thing is with that character Jay, he would have been perfect back in the day with WCW Saturday Night. Perfect character, had that kind of gimmick, like the
As we
full
mentioned
on.
him, we talked. I think I made fun of him last week because I think he left. He's gone with the company now, and I think I gave him shit because I was like, this dude's getting paid and he's had the balls to fucking complain. But I didn't know he was there for 5 years and just got ignored. That's amazing. That is an
Yeah,
amazing failure. I mean, who else did Scott ignore that was just getting paid? And again, another reason he was fired. Idiot. Speaking of idiots, Gerard at bodyslam.net. I don't know if he made the story. I don't know if he posted the story. I don't care. I just know it came from bodyslam.net, where little bitch Gerard works. Gerard, who cried to me over and over and asked me to show sources about my Scott story that ended up being true, that he got fired like a fucking dog. And then I told everyone all of his enablers would be fired soon after. You know why I told everyone that? Because I wrote a goddamn second email to Leonard Asper saying, awesome job, blah, 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 but you have to take out the rest. You can't leave his crew there, which I'm sure maybe it was a coincidence. Maybe it's something obviously he knows. When you come into a company and you take out the head, you got to take the fucking legs and everybody else out. But whatever. So this site, bodyslam.net, clearly friends with Gail and Scott, loved them both. They wrote, Gail and Ariel did not like each other, and continued backstage turmoil led to both executives giving TNA president Carlos Silva an ultimatum. Ultimatum. He had to pick a side. Instead of picking a side, he fired both of them. All right, now, just hearing that story, knowing they fired Scott D'Amore, right? Thought he was incredibly safe. Do you really think there's any chance two executives would go to the president and give him an ultimatum saying you have to fire one of us? And then it turned out he fired both of them, which would be the funniest fucking thing ever if this story was true, which is totally not.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like I see people out there complaining, they're saying, well, TNA is on a roll, and these people got people to the dance and whatnot, and it's like you got to have a well-oiled machine too. You got to nip this stuff in the bud, before it gets out of control, and sometimes you have to break a few eggs along the way if things get out of control.
And also, maybe the people that got things on track aren't the people they fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe it's
yeah,
literally fucking Len Asper and one dude
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's me, but hey, maybe it is me. I'm that fucking good when it comes to TNA, and I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna start just bragging all the time that I got an entire company may be fired. I don't even know if you realize how many people got fired. I didn't know. I was
Yeah.
listening to Jim Cornette. He just started rattling off. It must have been over 15 people. Someone named Dave Klingman. Ready? They have lo- they had so little respect for these people. They spelled Dave Klingman's name wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that. I listened to some with Cornette saying like you'd think they'd learn how to spell some of their people's names.
Exactly,
They've got them.
exactly. But that's how
You know
pointless
what I
these
mean?
fucking people were. They didn't care. They
Yeah.
were office stooges that did nothing. They were Scott's crew. Now they're gone. TNA's killing it. And guess what? The spoilers this week we're going to get into really quickly later are fucking awesome. Two enormous things happened. I'm not going to say anything else till later on. Probably like 40 minutes in, so if you want to skip past. Okay, so again, Gail was fired because she was a Scott enabler. Scott was banging Giselle. Giselle was banging other people. That's a fact. Fact. Everyone knows Scott was banging Giselle. Dave Meltzer reported Giselle was banging other people. Okay? Ed Nordholm was the person who was overseeing Scott. He was removed from his position. The number 2 guy at Anthem, Ed Nordholm, was removed from overseeing TNA because he wasn't overseeing TNA. He failed miserably. Gail. Gail was totally part of it. How the last time we saw Gail on television, fans, do you all remember that?
Oh yeah, and I did hear
Gary, do
too that
you remember?
she also was behind along the push with Giselle as well.
Oh, sorry, that's what I'm talking about. The last time we saw her on TV,
Yeah.
she was with
Yeah.
Giselle getting ready to make her face return, remember?
Yeah.
Gail
Yep.
had to go down and meet. She wasted her own fucking time filming shit with her when she wasn't twerking on their own time with. I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
you can go back and look it up. She was literally they'd make
Yeah.
twerk videos.
What a wasted. What was that? About a month wasted of TV time where they kept doing that stuff out in the
Oh yeah,
country.
and how about the fucking year of Giselle wasting?
Yeah, I just
And
meant that.
they
That.
and they knew they couldn't
That.
make her champion. They knew they couldn't
Yeah.
make her champion because that's when it would get out. So she lost 12 straight fucking title matches.
But
Happy
remember that.
transgender month, Giselle. 0 and 15 her last 15 title matches, including fucking MLP. No one will put a title on the transgender that everyone is supposed to be fucking talking good about because she's a piece of shit or he's a piece of shit. Does anyone know the story about Lady Frost? Why Lady Frost left TNA? She didn't know she was wrestling a transgender. She got in the ring with Giselle, started wrestling, and felt a fucking dick rub against her leg, and she freaked the fuck out, went to the back, and said, "I'm out of here, fuck you."
Well, I know the story
Is
at
she
the time.
wrong for that?
I know at the story at the time they were throwing out there was TNA wasn't paying for her
Yeah, no.
medical bills, but now we know that wasn't
Nope.
even true.
Nope, she was wrestling her, and Giselle hid the fact from a bunch of wrestlers that she was transgender. It's also
Yeah.
Happy Transgender Day or whatever the fuck. So I shit on Chelsea Green for her old friend Giselle and Scott, and I posted my what I am now I'm now calling a murder photo. Not one person in the universe will reply to the photo about Scott wearing pajamas with Giselle, the kneeling weapon, his wife, and his child. 5 pairs of matching fucking pajamas. I can't even like. It's so fucking creepy. And
Yeah.
the fact that they gave Josh's wife a job. We couldn't hear that motherfucker. We couldn't hear her. You know what I mean?
It
She
it
didn't have the ability to announce. Like,
it just has not aged well either. The more you look at that picture, it's
oh,
like
totally.
over
It's
time
yeah, it
it's
keeps
gotten
getting
even more
worse.
creepy.
Totally. Every day it
You know what
ages
I mean?
better for me and worse to them. Okay,
Yeah.
here's another one that's fucking fantastic and just Gail, on her way out, just destroyed pro wrestling journalism. Now, here's the title I use, which I think is fucking perfect. Gail Kim stays quiet to protect her friend. To protect her friend. Sound familiar? That's exactly what she did with Scott, right? So there's been all kind of inaccurate reports, she's saying. Someone replied to her saying, "Tell that to SRS, Sean Rossap." She writes, "Not sure if he's inaccurate. It was somewhere else," meaning it didn't come from SAP. But I'm just going to leave it. There's going to be a ton of rumors, so So in other words, she doesn't give a fuck if Sean Ross Sapp is right or not because she's friends with Sean Ross Sapp.
Well,
She's
until we
not
don't know.
fighting off, and she's also not going to fight off rumors like mine because she has nothing to fucking say. Nothing.
And plus, too, Jay, we don't really know if she is a bit of a mole too. She could be a mole within
Totally.
the company with Scott. For all we
Or
know,
how
she
about
could.
this? I mean, I thought about a lot of things. Do you remember
Yeah,
how much she fucking hated WWE?
yeah,
How many times she just fucking destroyed Vince and WWE and their blood money on Twitter and whatever else and
oh
called them
yeah,
all kinds of names? Well, now they're
yeah,
working with WWE. Maybe Triple H looked over and he's like, "Yo, is that fucking bitch that would just shit on us every fucking day? Yeah, I don't want her here."
yeah.
Again, I don't think that's it. I think it all goes back to Scott. I think they're now finally doing what they should have done a long time ago. Removed everyone, start fresh.
I think Jay. I think she suffered from no knock on the late great Joe Paterno, but I think she suffered from maybe what he suffered from been in place for too long, got too lazy,
Oh,
too
totally, totally.
used
I
to
was
the
thinking that too.
system, didn't
And
do too much to turn things
and
around
again,
for the
I always bring this up. There was a point where he became so good,
yeah,
Ed Nordholm stepped back, and
yeah,
there was a thing about this. Anthem is stepping back and giving everything like full control to Scott.
yeah,
That's when I think it happened. Look back at the fucking timing. And then Giselle, like, he was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna bring Giselle into fucking. I'm gonna start pushing her a little more and a little more, see if anyone notices. And then she made
well,
one
I think
terrible mistake of posting that photo on Instagram. That's where the photo came from. Giselle's Instagram.
well
If she
somebody
didn't post
admit,
that fucking photo, this would never. They might all have jobs right now.
and I found it funny that they the recent signing, can't remember who recently signed, they tried to say it was because of Gail, but I
Maggie
want,
Lee.
huh,
Maggie Lee.
yeah, and
Sorry,
I
sorry,
do,
sorry, everyone. TNA signed a new knockout already. Maggie Lee. 2 days after Gail quit.
yeah,
Or sorry.
and
Fired.
yeah, and I'm not even sure if that's even true or if that's just a cover up to make it look good for her. I don't know if that's true.
Wait, what was it?
Uh,
What was the story? That she liked her?
no, yeah, well, that she was already hired back at the end of last year or
Oh, okay.
something. They just
Oh, how about the
finally,
best? How about the best? People are tweeting shit like TNA decided to choose Tessa over Gail. Gail brought Tessa back.
yeah,
I
and
didn't
then
even
the
know that. I didn't even know that.
one. Then did you?
So many people mentioned it. They were like, "You people are so fucking stupid. Who do you think brought
Well,
Tessa
did you
back?"
see?
And I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah, and then somebody said, I thought I see it reported as her saying you bring Tessa back and then you fire me.
Yeah. Okay. What about her?
Yeah, like there was some heat there
Yeah. Yeah.
too. Like you bring back a controversial
I mean, do
figure
you think
like
so?
a
I mean,
Tessa.
but again, I doubt that. I mean, she put
Yeah, I
Tessa
doubt
over.
that too. I don't
She
know
put
what.
Tessa over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't
That was probably the
understand
last
what.
time Gail mattered when she
There's
fucking.
some conflicting reports out there, so
Yeah, I think it's just simply a lot of bullshit, and my story is the only one that's correct. But guess what? It's really gross, and no one wants to talk about that.
yeah.
Even I don't want to look at that fucking picture again. I'm so
Either
tired of
way,
posting it.
all
So,
parties need to move on, and I
yeah, and
think
speaking of moving on, you
there's
motherfucking Scott
younger
fans.
fresh. Yeah.
Are you guys serious? Like, you Scott fans out there. You know them. You know who I'm talking about. That there's still a huge, not a huge, there's still a section of TNA fans who are like, mad about Scott. They want him back. What the fuck do you people want? How many souls have they shows have they sold out? And wait until this Thursday. Fuck. I want to fucking spoil it so bad, but I'm not going to. Shout out to Rockstar on X. I like saying X better than Twitter these days. I don't know why.
There's no reason why Jazz can't move up into that role and do just as well as
Oh yeah, thank
Gail.
you. Jazz might already be in that role.
Yeah. So
Supposedly, Jazz has been working backstage since whatever the Vegas tapings. Whenever she had that 10 whatever
and
match.
she's been active in the wrestling scene, so she's
And
probably
holy fuck you, YouTube! What is happening with YouTube? Fucking with our views. You
yeah,
know what?
yeah.
Me and Gary
Gosh.
might quit. Me and Gary are gonna quit soon if you guys don't keep fucking with our views. We had like 600, now it's 341. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
Fuck you,
The
Sap, and your
like
fuck you
when
and
it
your
gets.
magic, Sap, you fucking weirdo. Okay, we also have the spoilers. Are, again, awesome. We'll get to that in a minute. But okay, we'll run down the show now. This is
Yeah,
Thursday's
this is
show for March 27th.
yeah, 27.
Much better than last week's show, which I believe
Yeah,
most people didn't like. I will skip down to Thompson, who gave this a 7 out of 10 after like a 3 last week. So, yeah, much better. Started
yeah,
off with Heather and Ash against Gigi and Tatum Paxley. And man, I think you said it before we started that you'd like to see more of Tatum Paxley. And how about Gigi? Like, this is TNA. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I don't know, just felt really cool to see a new tag team in Gigi Dolan and have Tatum Paxley.
Totally.
Just because isn't House by Elegance and Spitfire all the time, or
Yeah. Yep.
Rosemary and the partner of choosing, this
Yep.
week.
And not going to spoil it. There are more tag teams coming.
Oh,
And
cool.
a lot more people, and it's just this something crazy happens. All right, whatever. So Heather and Ash got the win. I thought this was really weird.
Yeah,
I spent pushed Tatum off the top, so like maybe they'll go back to that. But I was like, I don't know, like if you're gonna give someone the titles, I think you would go with Gigi and Tatum. Like, but I feel like they're out of it right now already. But maybe not, because after the match they did fucking shove
what they
Heather
did
and
listen to
Heather
us here today. It was
Ash's face into the thing, the
they
cake.
did listen to us here though, because I said they need to start getting the concierge involved and to
Yeah,
get more wins for their team.
yeah, totally. So, yeah, so
And
yeah,
they did.
definitely, yeah.
So,
Like, if you're gonna be out there as a fucking manager, do something. It makes me
yeah,
crazy. Alicia
go,
always tries to do something. Like she'll fail. She'll fail. She tries to break someone's
yeah.
leg that doesn't work, but she's always out there trying to do something. And it's like I don't get like that's the point of a man. Don Callis does absolutely fucking nothing. But whatever.
Well, before we move on, we think about something too. Something that they did not include this week in this week's show was that heated argument with Eddie
Oh, what the
Edwards
hell?
belittling
Okay, what the hell was this
the
about?
system.
Did they just
I can't
post it
remember at
before
what
the
point.
show?
I have no idea.
Like
I just
knowing
know
that they
this.
didn't air it and
Yeah, and there's
very
been a lot of backlash. I know that it
I
didn't
mean
air, and I can see
I mean,
why.
to be fair, they literally fired their entire company a few days ago. People, give them a fucking break. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, I don't think people seriously
yeah,
realize how many people they fucking fired. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And I don't know
you
if it was
might
a
have missed a
case of
little bit
that.
on one show. You'll get over it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a case of they couldn't decide on what one to go with, or
Well,
maybe
that was
this
my
was
first.
a
That was my first thought. I was mad because it was like it was a really good segment.
yeah, yeah,
But do
very
you think
good.
it was all? But do you think it was all? Okay, is it canon? Is it canon now?
Yeah, I,
You know what I mean?
I
Is it TNA canon? Did that actually happen? Maybe because
I,
my only other thought was maybe they want to not, you know, do what they did. Like they don't want
yeah,
Eddie
I
to
know.
like do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of confused at what the point of it was, because like they weren't really they weren't on the show at all, were they? I'm not seeing any part where the system was on the show this week.
I don't think so. And it's funny they usually dominate shows,
Yeah,
which
they
I
weren't
love.
on it.
Which I love. I love it. I mean, that there are
Yeah,
so many things I
yeah.
love about fucking TNA. And there's so many simple things. They have one big faction. AEW has 700 heel factions. So you
Maybe they
can't
should have.
push any of them too much, but you have one, of course you can push them. So the system looks fucking great for like 2 years. But yeah, this is
Yeah,
weird. I don't know what the fuck it was, so I guess we just skip it. I
yeah,
don't even know if it's canon.
yeah. I don't.
Um, Again, great job by Ash. Just selling
Oh yeah,
the cake in the face. Like it was
yeah.
just. Who were the
But
guys? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. They kind of looked like that one dude we used to have. What was his name? Samuel.
I was
Or
totally
Sam.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, what was
I was
his
totally,
name?
I was staring at them like, wait, these had to be like indie wrestlers. Like, are they gonna get involved here, or like, are they whatever though? But they didn't. They
Yeah,
were just there holding the cake.
Might want to mention that's the second week in a row they were going to introduce the cake, and like the first week or the last week we didn't get to do it. Remember?
Yeah, it's
Because
funny. I thought it was last week. Yeah. Well,
yeah,
maybe they got a little production issue for a week or two. Give them a break, everyone. They just fired everyone, including
yeah,
Garrett Kidney, which. Ah! You should all go check out his podcast. He's talking about everything TNA, like what's happening right now. He's reviewing every up. No, I'm joking. He talks about the good old days of TNA because that's the only fucking thing he ever liked about it. That's why he's a fucking AEW mark right now. Best friends with Trevor fucking Dame. Google, no, tweet, go on Twitter and check at Trevor Dame, Dame. He's the biggest fucking hater alive. He's also the owner of TNA Mecca Quotes, which we talked about last week. He used to take fucking screenshots, destroyed the community. Garrett was right there holding his hand, jerking him off, whatever. I don't care. Um, Leon Slater, quick backstage promo on Nick Nemeth. I'm loving what they're doing with fucking Slater, man. Like, they're keeping him, like, you know what I mean, on every show, like, a big deal.
oh yeah, yeah.
Shocking. Again, more with Ash, which I mean, I thought it was funny. Like, I can't complain. Like, I thought it was Ash just screaming, you know what I mean, top of her lungs, like how pissed off she's so hot, and even with the cake in her face. First Class and Kazarian against the Aztec Warriors and Chavo. Now, I've seen people giving Chavo shit, and fuck you, man. He's 54 and he looks incredible.
Yeah, he
I
looked really
guarantee he's bigger than Adam Cole. Guaranteed.
he looked really good in this match, and I felt like they made the Aztec Warriors look really good. Like usually the luchadors on our product usually get the jobber
Totally.
treatment, but I'm kind of getting a feeling like they're giving them a bit of prominency on the show. I kind of
Again,
feel
my pal Rockstar on Twitter mentioned Laredo Kid, and he was like, "Damn, he's been here that long." Like he retweeted something from TNA, and he's
yeah,
like, "And all he's won this whole time is that digital media title for a little." And I'm like, "Yeah, bro, you know." But they'll be tag champions. These guys, like, I think they're
oh yeah,
finally getting it right. They'll
yeah.
sell fucking man. They'll also sell masks.
I kind of feel like at some point they're going to give them that Paul London and Brian Kendrick run at some point. Like they're going to get that.
I mean,
Uh,
I think they could be like even bigger. Like, I don't know.
yeah,
I'd keep Chavo around a little.
yeah,
Maybe even have him as the manager. You know what I mean? Because he gives the fucking whatever the word is credence to them.
yeah.
You
Then
know what I mean?
I could even see down the road, say if they keep him around as manager, I could see Chavo turning on him as well. You know, because
Oh my god!
he does
How about
play a good heel.
he hit the Three Amigos on AJ Francis?
Yeah,
That's a big fucking man.
yeah, like
54 years old he is. Like I
yeah,
tweeted after the match, yo, TNA signed this fucking Chavo dude guy.
yeah.
This
And
was
he
a
and
really fun match.
acts like he wants,
Oh,
and he acts
totally,
like he wants to be there. You know, it's not
totally,
like he's
yeah.
out the check. He
No,
just acts like he's happy to be in a squared circle
I mean
again.
it's
You know.
also like I think everyone's happy to be there at this point, and I think that's why, like you're right. Like I said about Gail and all, like a lot of people got fucking complacent and whatever else, and like then you got these people frothing at the fucking mouth. NXT girls, people like fucking Tatum Paxley, like top NXT girls are like, oh my god, I gotta get to fucking NXT. Bailey
I
is
think that's the
dying.
way.
Not NXT. Bailey is
I
dying to
think
get to
that's the way.
TNA.
I think that's why TNA is working right now. It's because it's the next man up mentality. Because like if somebody fails, somebody is always ready to step into that role. You know.
I mean,
And,
TNA literally lost three of their heart and souls in the same few months, and they're still walking without a heart. They lost
I mean,
three hearts, Gary. What happens if you lose one heart? You die.
yeah. I mean,
Unless you're in one of Gary's horror movies where a guy has no heart and he goes around killing everyone and eating your fucking hearts out.
I mean, shit. Look at Chris Bay. He's paralyzed, and out of the ashes, good. Uh, you get later out of
Oh yeah, totally.
come
Yeah.
along.
I mean, it's like it's like a football thing, isn't it? Next man up. You know, like there's always somebody hungry, fucking waiting.
Yeah. That
And I feel like
that's
that's what
why
TNA got now. Like TNA's finding those people, the fucking hungry people.
yeah.
All right. Again, I don't know much about. I need to learn fucking more about Octagon. Like, can we fucking keep him? Is he AE? Is he AAA? Is Laredo Kid? Like, I'm so confused. AAA is so fucking confusing. You can all try to look into it and let me know, but it's confusing as fuck. Santino moderated to sit down with Sammy and Warner. He asked what they needed to do to end this. I thought this was weird. Very weird.
Yeah,
Okay,
and that's
so okay,
been
well I
very
guess not
much
because I guess not because
Sammy.
okay.
Sammy
It
hasn't really
says sorry. Go
won
ahead.
anything in this rivalry
Yeah,
either.
totally.
So far.
Like he shouldn't even be there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the rivalry's over. Sammy got his ass kicked, and I gotta say, man, he doesn't look good. Like he doesn't look fucking healthy. That's how big
No,
Sammy looks.
no, I had mentioned at a couple
Yeah, like
podcasts
I
ago.
didn't realize it until
Kind of concerned about
yeah.
how
Like I don't even know if he should
winded
be.
and how
And not
winded.
listen again. I mean, not again. Two independent wrestlers died last week
Yeah.
because they weren't in good enough shape. They had heart attacks or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
mean in a bad way. Whatever. I mean, they had something like heart attacks. If they didn't have a fucking heart attack, they were either overweight or whatever. And you know, fucking
Frank.
TNA doesn't need that. That's all TNA needs. A guy fucking
Yeah.
dying in the ring. Like I don't know what's wrong with him. I know he got hurt. He never got better. But like I
Yeah.
don't know. Whatever. Um, so he did. Santino said he was going to announce something with the digital media title, but then he kicked Stephanie and Mance out. So maybe he told Sammy what's coming, which we'll tell you soon what's coming, and it's awesome. Masha versus JC Jane. Masha got the win. 10 minutes. Really cool. JC. I mean, totally. What's his name? Christian Thompson nailed it. TJRWrestling.net. Jane impressed me here, and she's not always given a lot of singles times in NXT. Like I feel like that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like people
Oh
are like,
yeah.
oh, what's because people are like, oh, TNA's getting a lot of this. What the fuck is NXT getting out of this? Like they have
Oh yeah.
so many people that have nothing to do, and now they do.
If there was a week or a match where I thought maybe there was a time Masha might get upset, it was in this match here because I thought it was
Yeah,
very.
and you don't even know JC Jane.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
like you
was
know what I mean?
very
Don't you think she comes off as
impressed.
like a star? You know what I mean? Like she has like a great look. She carries herself well. Like she had a stare down with Tessa, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
okay.
this
Oh, that's
was
right.
a
Oh yeah,
very.
Tessa. Oh, that's right. Sorry, Tessa jumped her after the bell, and again, Tessa's just beating someone up. It looks so fucking real. You know what I
This
mean?
might have
Like
been
just her
probably.
punching. Like I feel like she really wants to hurt someone. Like she's so
This
fucking
might have been the
real.
best TV at one of the better TV matches we've seen on
Yeah, probably the year. Probably
Access
maybe
TV in a
the
while.
fucking knockouts match of the year.
Yeah,
Also
definitely.
forgetting, unless Jordan Masha had one this year, I forget when she was gone.
Yeah.
Whatever. It was up there, and I mean, just it's like it's awesome for J. Like I've become a JC
Well,
Jane fan.
especially for
Like
being a
like you, I
wild
didn't
card
know anything about JC Jane.
that we didn't really know nothing about, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know anything about JC Jane. Okay, this was weird. This is one thing I didn't like at all. Eric Young defeated Ace Austin,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Williams and Icarus. What the fuck are their names again? The Northern Armory. They helped, of course, which I love. Again, same as the managers. If you're there, you have to fucking cheat. But like,
Yeah.
where is this going, and why? And where was
And,
Macklin? And like, it didn't
and
go
like
anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, nothing happened after this.
I know it's EY, EY's got to get his wins, but
Yeah, I'm
again,
cool with that.
Ace has got to be the,
Yeah, why
he's got.
Ace? Seriously, you got him. How about throw Shogun out there before you got rid of?
Honestly, I'm starting to get worried that we're gonna lose Ace
Yeah,
at
I mean,
some point.
and again, that was my big thing with Bay. Sorry, really fast. People shitting on Rob Van Dam. Nobody mentioned the fucking Chris Bay thing, that
Yeah,
Rob's close with fucking Bay or he's an amazing fucking human being. No,
yeah,
they care about wrestling opinions, and that's why they're gonna never care about a fucking legend again, you fucking scumbag people. Okay, so yeah, I didn't like that just because like nothing happened after it. I'm like, okay, so Macklin's gonna
yeah.
walk out and nothing. And then, holy shit, one of my favorite segments in a long time, all because of Kazarian. And what the hell, Thompson, who called this really felt like a filler segment. I swear to God, I started crying, laughing. When Kazarian came out with the guitar, and then, you know what I mean? It was a bass guitar, and like, you know what I mean? He just,
Yeah,
like, it was, okay, so just to like, you got Joe Hendry, who can clearly play. Then you got
yeah,
Elijah, who might be better than Hendry. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I don't know how the fuck they got away with this. They sang "You Got a Friend in Me" from Toy Story. Like, don't you need like rights for that or something? Or is it
I,
or
I
is
don't
it because they sang it? It's okay.
I don't know if I don't know if it's that you sing. I don't know if it's about like if you're singing as long as you don't have the
It was like a
properties in.
surreal moment. The entire
I
crowd was swaying and singing the Toy Story song.
I don't know, but when I saw Kazarian doing the bass part, it reminded me of
Oh,
"I Love You"
dude, I swear to
back
God,
in the
that,
bass.
that Kazarian comes out with his guitar, with his bass guitar, and like I don't know if you guys realize, like but like a bass
Yeah,
guitar, you don't really hear it. It's like nothing like a guitar, which makes it
it's like
funnier. I swear
yeah,
to God, I started hysterical laughing just when he walks out with the guitar. You know what I mean? Like, because you know it was coming. He was gonna try and be like these two guys. Totally made a
yeah.
fool of himself. Like he just, oh my God. So, oh fuck, I think it was one of
It
either
kind of reminded me of something
Kazarian
of
or Elijah said something. Did you catch this? Either Elijah or Hendry said something really quick to him, like something like "Don't quit your day job," or like "Quit sucking" or something, and he like agreed with it, like whatever it was, and then he played the fucking bass as like a like, he was on another level, and I don't think people realized that all the little things he was doing.
yeah. Well, somebody compared it to something like really bad that Kurt Angle would do if he tried to
Oh
sing.
yeah, oh yeah,
You
that's a
know
great
what I mean?
example.
Like
That's a great
he was
example.
purposely singing it
Kurt Angle,
bad.
who I
You know,
believe is one of the funniest characters in the
yeah,
history of wrestling. Also, the most
sure.
badass, which makes him the greatest wrestler in the history of wrestling to me. Not even kidding. That's straight. I mean, I'm sure. Not kidding. I mean, I'm sure people can argue that with other people, but I don't give a fuck. No one was tougher. No one was funnier. That's the hardest thing to do. And now I want to shit on TNA fans for. I'm seeing a lot of shit about Kazarian. We'll get to it in a minute. Why? But I mean, like, people don't like that Kazarian's in a top position. Like, are you fucking kidding me? He's entertaining as fuck. He told AEW to go suck his
He's
own
waited in
dicks.
line.
He left AEW. The only
Well,
person.
he's waited patiently in line to get to where he is. You know, so what?
And
What's
that
not to?
too, he's not fucking. It's like sometimes he's on for 10 fucking seconds, and he makes everything out of those 10 seconds. Like it's not like he's running. You know, what I mean, he's not even getting. He's barely getting wins. Like we mentioned last week, he has a few
Not
cheap
like
wins.
he
He has a few cheap
came,
wins, which is even funnier because it adds to his character.
yeah, and it's not like he came into TNA day one and demanded a number one
Yeah,
contender
totally. He did
shot.
the
You know,
exact
he
opposite. He did the exact opposite.
worked his way up the ranks. You know.
Totally. So, okay, Slater, Nemeth, really, really good. Shockingly, I mean, I was surprised it was the main event was Nemeth and Slater, but it was a setup for Ryan and what's his name beating on Slater, and then the Hardys came back. One thing I don't like about this is you got the Hardys, you put them on for fucking 30 seconds.
Yeah, just to tell us we can't wrestle. We can't wrestle next week. We're going to be wrestling at Rebellion.
Yeah. Also, if anyone missed it, the Hardys are seemingly going to face the Dudleys. No one knows who or when. I'm guessing it would be a WrestleMania kind of a special match, you know?
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. This I'm saying this WrestleMania. That's what I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna announce
Oh
it very
wow.
soon. Like they've been going.
So
It's,
Devon cleared to wrestle then, because I know he
that's
could
a good question. I
barely.
mean, I guess he must be because like
Yeah.
Bully's been talking about it on Busted Open and shit. You know? I don't think he'd mention that if it was
I
totally out of
mean,
it. Okay, how about this though? I had a thought. This gave me a thought. I looked at the graphic and I'm like, this is a dumb match, isn't it? Then I got to thinking. The Nemets are gonna beat them for the titles. Thanks to JBL, who's finally going to swing back and end that fucking story.
oh,
What do you think?
oh, could be. I just thought about something too. Technically, you could also use Spike Dudley in that match because he's technically a Dudley too. if
Oh
if
yeah,
the can go.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but I think he was saying like he pretty much said like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
greatest against the greatest, so I don't think Spike would
yeah,
count. But
definitely. Yeah.
also, how about this? Ryan fakes some fucking injury. Someone takes his spot. That's much better. I don't know. I think there's a bunch of scenarios for this. I don't know. And I just love heel Ryan, but okay. Let's get to the fucking amazing spoilers. Ready? First off, okay, spoiler time, everyone. Get the hell out of here if you don't want spoilers. 33 minutes, 34 minutes in. I'll put that on the thing if you remember. Okay, some really ready? This is how night 2 started off. Mance Warner and Steph DeLander were stripped of the digital media title. A tournament to crown the inaugural TNA International Champion is announced for Unbreakable. The tournament will be all
Can I
tournament
do
matches will be three-way matches.
Can I do an opinion on that before we
Nope.
get into
Yeah, go.
that? Well, I just gonna say I'm glad they're addressing that because they've left that in limbo for too long. With
Which
the
one? The title or
with the digital
Unbreakable?
media, well, digital media with the
The
fact
title,
that like
the title, or forgetting about Unbreakable.
no digital media because it's kind of
Yeah.
like it's been like putting people off with like why is it even a
But
title?
again, maybe there was not maybe they were waiting for this. They had
Yeah,
nothing for Unbreakable. I mean, no, I'm sorry. They knew they were doing this for Unbreakable. So Unbreakable is going to be
yeah,
mostly. I'm guessing half a tournament and maybe some other stuff. Maybe all a tournament. I don't know.
but
And again, we talked about this. We said it has to be something special. It can't be a regular fucking pay per view before. I mean, a regular special 2 weeks, 10 days before the biggest pay per view of the year. So I love it. I love that.
yeah. So
Also, sit down, everyone. Sit down. I don't know if this is possibly. This is from PW Insider. Ready? Friday night, Jordan Grace and Jakara Jackson defeated Spitfire. I thought this was a typo. I went back to the site like 15 times. It's still there today. This is.
oh wow.
Hang on. Let me refresh because I literally sent him a message on Twitter. Nope, it's still there. I thought it was Ariana Grace, which would have made more sense, I think. How the
Yeah.
fuck are you gonna put Jordan back on TNA? Also, I'm sorry, I was just gonna do one of my giant fake laughs, but I can't. I'll start coughing. Holy shit! I think she's like buried already. You can't bring her back to TNA. That's, I mean, the way they and with Jakara Jackson. No
Yeah.
offense to Jakara Jackson. I mean, maybe Lash Legend got hurt or something. Like this is just did and they defeated Spitfire. Jordan, you're
Unless
coming
for
back
some
in a tag match.
unless they're doing this for a shock value for the tapings, it's the only thing I can think of. I don't know.
And the weirdest thing is, I can't find this anywhere else.
Yeah.
It comes from PW Insider. There's literally like nobody bigger than PW Insider. You
But
know
I
what I mean?
mean, I would have thought somebody would have been all over the
That's what I mean.
you
Like
know,
nobody did like the
or
former TNA.
returning.
Yeah, exactly. Like former TNA star returns at tapings. Like I haven't
Yeah.
seen that anywhere.
Yeah.
So I still, part of me thinks it's like, I don't know. They there's a, I don't
Yeah, it
know.
would have
I mean,
been like a
but a
carny.
typo wouldn't even make sense because like it would have to be Ariana.
Yeah,
Ariana Grace wouldn't make sense either.
would have been a
And
huge carny headline somewhere
that's
or
what I
something.
mean. That's what I mean exactly. But it's
Yeah.
still on PWI. So how is it not?
Yeah.
I'm so confused about this, people. Sorry. I mean, I wanted to kind of like put it in the headline, or we might still like someone knockout returns. Like we're not gonna say who it is or anything, but like it's so weird. And I swear to
Only
God, I messaged like 5 people in the last, sorry, 20 people in the last 2 days, more like. What the fuck is happening with Jordan? What is this? Every one of them said, what? What are you talking about? And then I had to send them what happened, and then I didn't get a response back. Or
I just
or
gonna say if we
or they
get
were
it,
all like, I don't know, man. I have no idea. Like you're the guy I come to ask these questions.
yeah, if you get a definitive answer, then so be it. But if not, I guess you'll have to stay tuned.
God damn it. We're gonna have to start off. We're gonna have to start off next week with it. I made a mistake. Sorry, made a mistake today. I was supposed to take a shot at someone. It's too late in the show though, so I'm gonna save that for the beginning of next week.
Mental note.
But I will give a shot. Sorry.
We had a lot on the plate this week. It's easy to do.
Sorry. Shout out to. One sec. Hang on. Shout out to PWG UK Pro Wrestling Global TNA fan group. I think it's run by someone named Graham, who is really cool and used to be part of TNI UK. Bison was part of this group and totally ditched them because of pretty fucked up reasons, which I'll get into next week, or maybe I won't get into the actual reasons, but whatever. Bison's a douche. TNI is a douche. Every part of TNI is douchebags. All they care about are views, money, and pretending to look like good people on social media. That's TNI. Guess what? They were created, the channel was created by 2 people who aren't even part of the fucking channel anymore. So it's everything about it's bullshit. They should have a new goddamn name once they fucking did that, but whatever. Sorry, I just got mad. I forgot something. Okay. Spoilers really quickly. Friday spoilers. Maggie Lee defeated Savannah Evans. Jesus Christ. R.I.P. Monster. Get her out of here.
Yeah.
No
If you
offense.
don't.
No offense to Maggie Lee. That's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Laredo defeats Hotch. Kazarian defeats Elijah. A segment where the System attacked Cody Deaner. Seriously, System? You guys got nothing else going on?
The system needs to attack Cody Deaner. I'm
Fucking
surprised
Cody.
Deaner hasn't knocked himself out.
Seriously, you gotta. Is there nobody else backstage, or just like are they cleaning up like I've been doing?
Gia
Jordan
Miller.
Grace and Jakara defeated Spitfire, which again I don't know if it's real. Because what makes it even weirder is the next segment, Ethan Page returned. Like that is so weird. Ethan Page. Okay, sorry. I mean that's also huge. Ethan Page returned, and so I messaged Thompson about this, like, because Thompson doesn't read spoilers, and I said, "Did you happen to see the big spoiler?" And he said, "Yeah," and then something like about Josh, and I'm like, "Okay, I don't know," because I meant Jordan. Like I had already been like I said the Ethan thing. It's like it's been in my mind for like you know what I mean a few days now, like that because that was night one. So like
Yeah.
I talked about Ethan. I think we talked about the connection to Josh. Possibly he can be like you to because
I just thought it funny.
he's coming after the champ Hendry. So I think they can use like you took my friend. You think you're the face of the company. My boy was
Yeah.
the face of the company. Now I'm gonna take it back for him. Something like that.
And I also kind of find it funny he comes back after Josh is gone, though. Don't you find that kind of funny
That's
in a
exactly
way?
what Thompson said. That's exactly what
No,
Thompson said.
he thinks
And
that
I didn't
too.
understand what. Cause at the time, I didn't understand what he was saying because I was talking about Jordan,
Yeah, well, I'm
and he
right
was
there with
talking about. So like, I didn't get it, but yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, I think there's
I
more.
mean, totally. I mean, so Josh. I mean, that's like something we could look into. Josh and does Josh have heat with? Yeah, or it could be totally the other way, where they have
Yeah,
heat with each other, and that's why he didn't come back until.
yeah.
But again, I swear, this Jordan thing is like fucking breaking my mind. Okay, Ace Austin defeated Mustafa by DQ. All right, well, that's a nice win back for Ace, even though something has happened there. Cody Deaner lasted 2 minutes with Moose to earn a title shot, and then Moose squashed Deaner. I don't know what the fuck
Oh,
that's.
really? We got another revisit with Diener and Moose.
Yeah, what's
They
that
fought
about?
each
What's
other.
that about? The System defeated the Rascals. Kind of weird. Leon defeated Ryan. That should be good. Eddie
Yeah, that
defeated Macklin. That's an interesting one. The Hardys defeated the
wow.
Great Hands. And
Wonder
then
if
how
this
about
is
this?
more of the stuff with Eddie, with that
Yeah.
storyline
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
last week because he's like,
And now here's
kind.
some cool. Sorry.
Oh, just said I was gonna say like kind of like he's on a winning streak. Like maybe he's gonna take over the system or
Dude,
whatever.
I've been talking about that with Robles.
You know what I mean?
And I'm going back to how great was the fucking or how long was the Moose Eddie feud?
Yeah,
It was like the TNA feud for
yeah. They put
years.
on
And I
some.
sense I remember when they started with the system, I'm like, dude, this has to end with you know what I mean? Like Eddie and Moose fucking fighting and maybe what, face Eddie comes
Oh,
out of this?
him and Sammy put on some great matches.
Do you think face Eddie comes out of this? That's what I want. We need more faces.
Yeah, honestly, I think that'd be the more likely route because I think
Yeah.
Moose like being a heel too much.
I'm just looking around. There's not many male faces. They're just not. Okay, here's a
Yeah,
great one.
yeah.
Tessa, JC Jane, and Jasmine Nix, her first appearance. She's part of JC's group, along with Fallon Henley. Defeated Masha, Zia, and Li Ying Li. That should be really cool, and I think it's all set up for different matches for Rebellion. Explosion. Jody defeats Savannah Evans. Good God.
And we
Sorry.
just can't.
Just taking a moment of
No, no
silence. Just taking a
offense.
moment of silence for Savannah's career. Fuck.
God, we thunder to OW or something or NW.
Seriously, like, remember when they booked her as a monster for like a week? Okay, Ryan Nemeth defeated Jake Painter. Supposedly he's an indie guy. And then Eric Young defeated Laredo Kid. Hate that. I like these other matches they're doing. That's a TNA Impact match. And I don't like Laredo Kid losing, but whatever.
To quote,
Okay,
to quote Coronet, she just like chlamydia. She won't go away.
I mean, again, it's nothing against her. We talked about how much we like her. Like, we can't book her, though.
Yeah, I know. I
Okay,
think
JC
that's on
Jane
us.
defeated. And again, I talked about this. Rosemary, it's over. It's over for Rosemary. Sorry, Rosemary fans. I was one of you. Look at her. She looks like an old lady that forgot to put on to finish. Stop. But she looks like an old lady that forgot to finish doing her makeup. JC Jane defeated Rosemary, night 2 of the tapings. Fatal Influence attacked Rosemary after the match. Santino made a 6-way for Rebellion. Fuck, I missed that. Rosemary, Zia, and Lee against Fatal Influence. That's pretty fucking badass. That's legit NXT stable. Casey Navarro defeated Cody Deaner to qualify for the Ultimate X at Rebellion. That's one. Danny Luna defeated Jakara Jackson. I love that. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll get a more. Maybe Danny Luna
Singles
will
Danny?
start.
Yeah, totally. I mean, and
Yeah.
I know they're one of our 1.5 tag teams, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Like
I
we're good,
mean,
but like we got the NXT girls for now, so maybe just let Danny go nuts. Like we've talked about it for so long. Danny is a goddamn star. Elijah appeared, performed a song, and announced the Walk with Elijah Open Challenge for Rebellion. Oh shit, another match. Jesus Christ. How did I miss all this? Brian Myers defeated Slater. Probably something weird happened there. Okay, now this is an interesting one because they announced that all triple threat match, right? For Unbreakable. They announced it's going to be all triple threat matches. Now, AJ Francis defeated Sami Callihan and Mance Warner in a triple threat match. I'm guessing that's the first one for Unbreakable. Or it's a, play-in for Unbreakable.
oh,
Or it's a random triple threat match right after they announced they're going to have a bunch of triple threat matches. You know what I mean? Again, look at this shit. Zia Brookside defeated Jasmine Nix. That's a
oh
fucking
wow.
NXT person. Again, like, I never thought. Danny Luna defeated Jakara Jackson. Zia
Wow.
defeated Jasmine Nix. That's 2 people on one show within like 5 different matches where TNA beat NXT.
Yeah, and
Something I honestly
especially
thought would happen like 1 out of 100 times. Now it's happening like 1 out of 2 times.
yeah, and you wouldn't thought with like a rookie with Zia Brookside getting a win over an NXT.
Totally. Jasmine Nix. I mean, she's not like a big time legit, but I mean, she's part of that goddamn group. She's part of
Yeah.
Fatal Influence, Fatal Attraction. I keep fucking up, whatever.
Yeah.
She's part of that goddamn group. Like, she's legit. And then Tessa Blanchard defeat Missa Kate. Missa Kate is, sorry, I believe. I was really hoping Gary
It
would know this person.
does make me wonder if we will
She's
lose
indie.
the knockout Lei Yang Lee because she was a Gail Kim
Possibly.
knockout.
Well,
Because
how
she,
about this? Missa Kate. I kick people in the face, eat donuts, and cuddle dogs. That's her Instagram line. Chicago's sweetheart.
kind
Looking
of
through
sounds
some
something like
stuff.
something
Suplex.
OD.
Suplex to stigma. I'm pretty sure that. Yep, mental health. That's my shit. She's a fan of the Cubs. Gary's not gonna like that, but whatever.
Well, I don't mind the Cubs.
She's wrestled for United. Okay, I don't know where the hell that is, but good looking girl. Just her facial expressions I'm looking at alone tell me she can be. All right, whatever. Gotta finish this. TNA champ Joe Hendry and Elijah defeated Kazarian and Paige after Paige refused to tag in. Love that. Paige being a total douchebag. Oh, sorry. I missed it.
And at least he's
It's
not.
somewhere written here. Sorry. Very important, but it's somewhere written here. The main event for Rebellion Joe Hendry versus Ethan Page versus Frankie Kazarian. And motherfuckers are giving Frankie Kazarian shit. Fuck y'all. I'm like, how does Ethan Page get a shot? This fucking the guy
Yeah,
that
not to
I
mention,
thought sucked in TNA before Josh came. Now,
and
listen,
not to mention,
he's legit now. He's the former NXT World, not World, whatever it is, NXT World Champion. Yeah.
yeah, we're not bringing Ethan Page and the Karate Man under Scott. Remember
Yeah,
Scott
again,
had
very
him the
interesting.
Karate Man or
Again,
whatever,
very.
that
Oh my God, you're right. Holy shit. And
stupid
again,
ass.
man, this is interesting if you think about it. Okay, so maybe they at some point they had heat, and I don't know. It's weird. The Karate Man, holy shit! But okay, to be fair, I think that was Ethan. I think that was some
Yeah.
bullshit he wanted. He was trying to get
Yeah,
over. You know what I mean?
I felt like though it was under Scott's tutelage.
Oh,
It,
totally,
like,
totally. Yeah, that
you know
was.
what I
You
mean?
know what?
Like more
Yeah,
stupid
my fault for
buffoonery. Like,
trying to
you know,
shut you down on that because everything goes to the people who fucking allow it. Like people say, oh, Rosemary chose that stupid character that literally ruined her. Like
yeah, I'm
no one
happy.
cared about
Uh,
Rosemary ever since she became that fucking stupid comedy character.
Knockouts champion. I'm happy being that, or
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm happy being a one-time. I'm happy being a knockouts champion, knockouts tag champion in a division of two teams. Everyone's a knockouts tag champion. You goof. You just gotta show up one night and have a knockouts tag team match.
yeah,
But whatever. Like I swear I got like sad about that whole thing, and it made me think. Like some people want to be mid in life, and that's
yeah.
cool. That's fine. You know who we should fucking go after? Abaddon, the one that I used to joke and call a fake Rosemary. Guess what? She turned it up to a fucking 50. Now she's doing the shit that Rosemary should be doing, making hot videos and stuff. You know what I mean?
Creepy
Looking
as fuck.
sexy as fuck and creepy. That's a
Yeah,
knockout. That's a knockout. And guess what? AEW isn't doing shit with her. Not even
yeah.
putting on TV. Everyone go check Instagram or whatever. No, she's on. I think she's on whatever X. Whatever.
Well, and then they
Abaddon.
had,
Abaddon. AEW.
and the thing is, they have the production advantage and don't even
Totally.
use it.
Totally.
You
I
know
can't
what I
argue
mean?
anything with that. Sorry, one more
Like,
match. TNA. Okay, this is basically the Hardys, Mike Santana, and Masha. Wow, that's cool. Defeated
sounds like we're in
Mustafa,
for
the Great Hands, and Tasha.
a hell of a month and a half worth
Seriously,
of
these tapings on all. Like I said it on Twitter, I'm like, listen, tapings usually always look bad on paper. Like this is the first time I looked at tapings and I'm like, what, whoa, hey, what, like. And these are the first tapings without Gail Kim. How long did she work there?
it almost makes me feel like maybe this is the set of tapings where maybe a TV deal is announced. I feel like they've upped the ante on
Yeah, I mean, I'm
what
telling you
they've
guys.
come
Look
up.
at this. You'll see. I mean, oh my god, totally forgot this. Did you see the fucking Tron above
What's
the
that?
ring? Did you see the Tron above the ring?
Oh, at the set of tapings, I did
Am I
glance at it. I
am I
didn't
just on
really
drugs or
focus on
am I
it too much.
am I just high right now, or has that ever happened before with TNA? I don't ever remember seeing that. Am I
I think
just
it
stoned?
has, but it hasn't happened since like maybe when they were at the what is it in Toronto when they were at that like
Oh, that awesome
nightclub.
place.
Yeah, like
Okay. Like just
yeah.
seeing it, I was like,
I don't
holy
think
shit, they got a big ass Tron up there. So like,
yeah.
and again, if you've never gone to a show, if you have terrible seats, like you can't see
I
certain
think
things,
I,
so they show it on the Tron.
I think I think it's because it's like maybe a college campus kind of like maybe it's the way it's because it's like up the production
Yeah, I
of
thought it
the
was cool as
venue.
hell. I was like, oh my god, Gary's gonna freak out over that.
Yeah, I did like it. I think it's gonna look even better on TV. I think it's just one of those things I kind of like overlooked. Maybe I'll have to go back and look at it a little better.
Yeah, we did good this week. 52 minutes with spoilers. And
Yeah.
don't forget, Steph DeLander was stripped of the Digital Media Championship, folks. We might see her stripped naked live this Thursday on Access TV. Or they're about to strip her and they're like, you know what? We can't do this. We can't do this on national TV. You're going to have to tune into Netflix right now, motherfuckers. And again, listen, like maybe Netflix, maybe WWE Raw is doing so good on, or just forget about WWE Raw. All the shit they put on Netflix. What if it's doing so much better than anyone knows? Because no one
Yeah.
knows. No one knows streaming shit except Netflix. Just like no one knows about Max when it comes to AEW except for Max. People throw out these numbers like based on this and based on this.
Oh,
Like fuck you.
there was a little bit of news too about TNA Plus. I guess it's like it's at its all time high in terms of subscriptions as well. I can't remember what the
Oh,
numbers
okay.
were on it, but
Sure.
like
You
it's
know what? I did read that, and then someone wrote, and this is when they fire people, and I'm like, yeah, assholes. Because maybe those aren't the fucking people that got this done. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't Scott, it
yeah.
wasn't fucking Gail. Like everyone's gonna learn slowly. Whoever
And,
put this fucking show together, that's the smart person.
and
And I
then
don't think
have
it's
you
it's not just Delirious. There's someone else
and,
there behind the scenes, and it's not fucking Ed. It's not Len. I don't know who it is. A secret person. I don't know. This is a
and they'd
great fucking tapings.
they'd have even more than that, Jay, if they weren't on the Canadian channel Sportsnet as well. So kudos to them for pulling in numbers of their
You know, it's another
app.
thing. We have no idea how good they do in that, but I mean, that's a big goddamn. Like I'm
Yeah,
99% sure that's bigger than what AEW has in Canada.
yeah.
But nobody cares about that because we're all a bunch of fucking American idiots and we don't think about other countries, like the fact that TNA has been killing it in the UK for
Yeah,
years, and
we're
like TNA's been killing it in the UK for years. Nobody fucking talks about that.
our
What's the UK?
country's
What's the
worried
little
about putting
UK? You know what I mean?
our country's too worried about putting tariffs on the Canadians.
Oh yeah, I mean we're getting a little ridiculous. We're going to apologize on behalf of our country for getting a little too silly lately. Our president just got back, and he was through a lot of shit, and he's just a little, what's the word, rambunctious right now, and he's like me, where he's kind of doing too much. It's like, Mr. President, please sit down for a day and relax. Like that he needs someone to like just tell him that. Just whatever though. That's it for the spoilers. That's it for everything, and we finished it under an hour. Good job, us. Gary, anything? Got any updates on your your almost dead channel?
No, I haven't really got too much. I did watch the latest Venom movie, The Last Dance. I will say it was pretty cool movie. It wasn't as good as the first two, but get a chance, watch it on Netflix before
You're not gonna
it.
believe what I watched last night.
Huh?
You're not gonna believe what I watched last night, and sadly, I just forgot the name. Jim Carrey, when he got powers from Morgan Freeman.
Oh, Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I swear to God, like in my head, that's it. I think it was a maybe I okay. Was there a sequel to that with
Yeah,
Gail?
Evan Almighty with
Okay, okay.
what was his
So
name?
okay,
I think
so Evan Almighty was more about okay, and they weren't totally the same, right? Like one was more about like the end of the world, and he was making like a
yeah, yeah,
okay. And the first one, like I didn't realize that. I was dying. I'm like, wait, he has
yeah.
powers like God.
I don't
Like
think.
Jim Carrey was basically God in the first movie. You know what I mean? Like he had God's powers. Like
Yeah, Jim Carrey's like was very funny about doing sequels to his movies. I don't know why, but for some reason he did Dumb and Dumber, but he didn't ever want to do another Mask or
just saying,
anything.
I
Kind
would
of
have given him a
weird.
lot. I would have given him a lot of credit for that. But then he did Dumb and Dumber, which was just fucking
Yeah,
painful.
Then he did the Pet
Fucking
Detective. I don't know. I guess he just kind of selective on his sequels. I guess I
seriously,
don't
I think
know.
he would have. I think that would have killed it. An old
Yeah,
Ace Ventura that
yeah,
would fucking kill it. Like compared to fucking Dumb and Dumber, which like that was a. I mean, I don't know. He should have realized that was a one time thing. Like you can't redo those fucking.
yeah,
And like half of that shit. Like even going back to it now, it's not as funny as it was. Like you know, even when you're young and like the guy shitting himself out, whatever. But I mean, like whatever.
yeah.
Still great movie. And okay, one thing I noticed there was nothing playing on the TNA Plus commercials this week. I was like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
shit, all right, what are we doing next, boys?
no in the ring, whatever, beyond the ring or whatever the hell it was called there.
Yeah,
They
and then oh
wrote for
crap,
once.
how about that other movie we were talking about? Not we were talking
Oh,
about. They were
Novocaine.
doing
Novocaine.
supposedly it's great.
Yeah,
I think you
yeah.
mentioned it's doing good at the box office, but it's also
I
doing good at the
think last
friggin'
week it was number one. I think. I
at the
don't know how
box
it did
office.
this week. Yeah, I don't know how it did this week.
Wow. Imagine it's like this is like some nobody kind of thing that like this is an indie fucking thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
great for
Usually
them,
this
man.
time of year they start throwing those random horror films out that people go gaga over. So I don't know how it
Oh
did
damn,
this.
super fast question because I got to go in literally 5 minutes. Mickey James today, or yesterday, or
Oh,
on the latest LFG.
okay. I think I know
She
where you're going.
bashed. Ready for this? This is I want to get to her quote fast so I don't mess it up.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating when women go out there and wrestle and all I see is their ass. I wrote, well, on my article, I have Stone Cold saying, what? You know what I mean? Then now I'm going to show you all the two most over women in pro wrestling today Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Baker. Is that fair? The latter is incredibly easy because I don't know if you've ever heard it. She does a move where she puts a girl's head between her legs and bashes it up and down,
Yeah.
and Booker T stands up and screams, "Shucky ducky, quack quack," or something like that, because of
Yeah.
her ass. Because of her
Right.
ass. 100%. You ever see her gear?
Well,
It's amazing.
I don't know
it's
what she would have.
it's basically a thong. And then how about Rhea Ripley? She basically wears a thong.
Yeah.
Like, how can you tell people not to do this? Those are the two fucking most Don't use sex in wrestling? Who else is top wrestler right now?
Oh, she probably would have really
Mariah May? Hottest fucking woman alive?
What would she have thought of the beautiful people back in the day?
Velvet tweeted, or Velvet wrote something. She got pissed off.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other wrestlers. This is like a thing now. Like female wrestlers are mad about this, and I like, holy shit, I totally agree. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I get it. Like, listen, we shouldn't all be judged based on our looks, but that's not the world anymore, especially these days. Look at NXT. I say it all the time. These are fucking supermodels. And what about the fact that men literally wrestle in their underwear?
Yeah.
Does anybody fucking say a word?
No. And I've seen some pretty skimpy men.
Seriously.
Things that go on in the ring, too.
How many men wear shirts in the ring?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're in their underwear. It's men in their fucking underwear. I don't want to watch men. I prefer if they've had more on, but it's wrestling. So I've learned to deal with it.
Yeah. You try to look past a lot of it, you know what I mean?
Girls to put their asses away when literally it's Stephanie Baker. You can like look it up. There's like Stephanie Baker ass groups. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. I can't even. And again, the Booker T thing that he literally stands up on the shows and starts speaking different languages when Stephanie Baker is doing her ass move. Like, he should have turned to her and just slapped her in the face. You know what I mean? Or said something like, "That's bullshit." You know what I mean? Like, you're fucking with me now, bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she would took away a lot of the Jerry Lawler moments of she had.
But also somebody pointed out, also her, that she wore crazy skimpy stuff. You know what I mean?
I remember the last year or two, she wore like one time she wore the Indian squaw kind of like gear, and I was kind of.
Oh yes, that was yes. That was one. Yeah.
Remember.
I mean, I guess looking back, he was wearing lame shit like that. But I mean, like going back to old Mickie, she wore crazy.
Yeah.
Wasn't her gimmick making out with women?
Oh yeah, and then kind of like licking her fingers.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like that.
You need to work on other stuff like, I don't know, lesbian gimmicks. Go find Trish Stratus and shove your tongue down her throat to get over.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if
here.
You get older, you get more modest or whatever, but I don't know. Kind of
get it, but I mean, seriously, you just look at Rhea Ripley, like, and I feel like that's it. You're an idiot. All right, Raw's coming on. I want to get this out before. Don't know if we can. Probably not. So I got to run out right now and get my nieces. Have a nice day, everyone, except anyone that is a fan of TNA, Scott, Gail, or Fightful Wrestling. Actually, just mostly Sap. You know, the rest of them are kind of stuck there with a cokehead sociopath. Similar to how I'm stuck with a horror king who could murder me at any time, but it's kind of what happens when you let him sign a 5-year goddamn deal like I did with Shogun. So we'll be back next week and for the next, I think, 3.5 years, as long as I got Gary around. We could use some more. Actually, I think we got a lot of fucking comments this week, and I'm sorry, I couldn't keep up. Gary's having internet problems, and it's so hard for me.
Yeah, thanks to the usual suspects, you know who you are.
We got one from Mr. Majestic. I'm just going down them fast. Eric Isaac. Seriously, we complained about friggin' things. Holy shit. We complained about not getting them, and then we got a whole bunch. Someone wrote, when did they fight? They had a conversation. Holy crap. Thank you, friggin' Blood Rain. Fuck.
Yeah.
Someone asked, when did they fire Gail? Wow. And then Blood popped in to help out the question. Jesus, we got even our thank you commenters. Sorry for bashing you last week. It was just like we wanted more comments. And Jesus, nice fucking work. Thank you, especially Blood, and Trent Hatchett, Mr. Majestic, Eric Isaac, Melanie Smith, Kevin Cruz. Nice. Always Robles. Thank you, everyone. We got more subscribers than ever. Kicking ass everywhere. Thank you. And I got to go. So, peace. We're out.